So I am going to go ahead and get things started. So welcome everybody. My name is Jenna Nilo. I am with Illinois Digital Educators Alliance. Thank you so much for joining us today for this kind of last minute presentation, but we're glad we're able to get this out to everybody on what's new in Google for Education, especially with, I know our focus is today going to be, I think, a little bit on Google Meet. So before I turn things over to Annie with Google, just real quick, if you don't mind keeping yourself muted throughout the presentation, and go ahead and keep your cameras off. I'm going to turn myself off in just a second here. But we do welcome questions and interactions. So go ahead and use that chat window during the presentation, and we'll be monitoring those things as questions come in. I'll keep an eye on that for Annie and go ahead and interrupt her with those questions. Annie does have somewhere to be at 1 o'clock, so we won't be able to go too much beyond that. So without further ado, and so that she has the full half an hour, I am going to shut up myself and turn things over to Annie with Google. So thanks so much, Annie.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much, Jenna, and everyone at IDEA for coming up with this idea. It's a great idea to have this webinar. I know time is of the essence and lots of decisions need to be made or are being made at the moment and all the good things. So happy to be here and try to shed some light on Meet specifically. So let's chat about that. Just FYI, if you, I'm sure I've worked with some of you before and your districts. If you have any questions, follow up, you can email me at this edu-chi@google.com. That goes to me and a couple other of my teammates who support districts in the Midwest and Chicago and Illinois overall. I'm based in Chicago. That's hence the edu-chi. So let's go ahead and get started. So my understanding today, let's really kind of focus on Meet. So just I want to be clear on kind of what I am and what I'm not going to cover today. But I will work with Jenna and the IDEA team to get you some follow-up resources as well. So for today, I'm going to talk about Meet. I'm going to talk about what's coming, both free and paid. Paid is part of the G Suite Enterprise for Education. What I will not be covering is all the other features that are part of that G Suite Enterprise suite, which includes security and originality reports, analytics, etc. We're going to really focus on Meet today. Okay, but first, just want to let you all know, next week we are having a big back to school event called the Anywhere School. Oops, hold on, let's see if that slide, oh no, I will send you more information. I think I had a slide and it didn't populate. But it's all online. It's through our EDU on Air platform, if you're familiar with some of our webinars, and Global will be having some more announcements, so that's why I mentioned that. So some things I can't go into exclusively here just because they're not public yet. Next week we will be announcing a few more things and hopefully launching some things as well. So definitely keep an eye on that. At the very least, I encourage you to check out our Twitter feed, Google for EDU, and our keyword blogs where we'll be making those announcements. Okay, so coming soon. So all of these things I'm showing right now and talking about, these are all coming to all G Suite for Education users, free and paid. So gallery view. So you'll be able to see up to 49 participants in the 7x7 square. We're working on more intelligent quality, specifically low light mode on mobile devices, so just making it easier to see and hear people. The presenter experience is just, we're making that better, making it easier and prettier. So you'll be able to share a full motion video up to 30 FPS. And also that's made possible by sharing just a tab, which is really nice. It cuts down on the bandwidth that's needed to do that. You can share the video, and it's really nice as someone presenting. So if you're an educator or a teacher, you can still kind of go and check on other things while your students are still seeing exactly what you want them to be seeing. Also, mobile presenting will be coming on Android. And then background blur and replace will be here. We have something called dog food where we try things out. I forgot to enroll or something. I don't have it. Otherwise, I would show this if we were on a Meet, but this is coming. So again, just for privacy, security, admins will be able to turn that ability on or off. So if you want students to be able to replace their background, great. If you don't want them to, great. You can make that call. And actually, what I'm really liking when I'm seeing teammates of mine use it is the actual blur, which is really nice. So aesthetically, it's really kind of pleasing. Moving on, everything that you see here on the left-hand side is coming to, again, to all G Suite for Education users, free as well as paid. So you'll get the ability to do the hand raising, additional moderation controls. I'll dive into that in a second. Digital whiteboarding and closed captions in additional languages. And then intelligent okay, so that's, sorry, closed captions on additional languages. To double click on that, what that means in the free version is if I was speaking Spanish or Portuguese or some other language, it would caption those in that language. On the enterprise side, coming soon, I'll get to this, but there will be live translated captions. So if you are speaking in English and your student at home, or maybe their family members who might be watching you, they could opt in to say, hey, you know, actually, I want to see this captioned in Spanish, or I think it's Spanish, French, German, and Portuguese are the first kind of slated languages for that coming out first. Now, on the right-hand side, this is where we move into the enterprise version, and I will get into timing and when these features are, you know, some timing and how do you get these, how do you actually, you know, buy these things. Intelligent quality, so low light mode on the web, as well as mobile, and noise cancellation, which is already rolled out to people using the enterprise version, which is really, it's pretty amazing. I've tested this out with some teammates. It's pretty incredible. It really does only pick up what you are saying. It uses AI to pick up like human voices. So if your dog is barking, you're getting interrupted by family, or whatever it may be, that gets canceled out. Now, attendance tracking, that will also be coming to the enterprise version. Breakout rooms, I know that's a very popular feature. That's also part of the enterprise, as well as Q&A and polling. Okay, sorry, I'm really talking fast. I know I'm somewhat limited on time. Other things coming a bit later this year would be, I mentioned those live translated captions, webinar improvements, specifically being able to live stream outside of your domain. So you can have people who aren't part of your district domain viewing, as well as a few other, you know, kind of relevant features to make that a better experience, like hiding the list of participants, etc. Especially, again, if the goal is that you're truly doing a webinar style or a live stream. Also meeting transcripts. So getting the download of what was, you know, said at the meeting, broken out by user. So those, I've seen some mocks of all of these things now. They're all looking really cool. And of course, the really great thing is that just being a part of Meet, being a part of G Suite, really awesome integration directly with, you know, Drive and things like that. Okay. Moderation controls. So just to clarify, this again is coming to all users, whether you're using the free or paid version. So moderator being able to decide when the meeting's ended, it's ended. They can choose whether or not other people can stay on the call, or if they want to eject everyone else, and then when they end the call, everyone's out. They can block anonymous users, so they won't be able to join EDU meetings except for schools who then create like an opt-in list of domains. To allow it, the ability to mute all participants, excuse me. More knocking improvements, I think if you use Meet, we've all been there when other people are trying to join the meeting, and if you're the one who created it, you're getting those little notifications. So trying to, one, improve the UX of that. So it'll be easier to manage knocks, making it less interruptive. More information around who is that, you know, what's the email, who is that person trying to get in. Also, if you have ejected someone from a meeting, they cannot just knock to get back in, like you've clearly chosen to have them leave. Same thing, if someone is trying to get into your meeting, they knock twice, they will no longer be able, and are denied, they won't be able to knock any longer. And then when it comes to locking improvements, so moderator, again, being able to engage all of these different locks at once. So what I mean by that is, of course, access control. So who can be in your meeting, requiring knocking for people joining by phone if they aren't on the calendar invite, or if they weren't directly invited. You can now, you can no longer, or you can choose to not allow dial-in. Again, that no anonymous users, only the moderator can dial out, that's an option, and the moderator must join first. So again, just having some more of that control. And then also locking around chatting, presenting, and audio. So being able to choose who can do that, or maybe only the moderator can do that in a certain case. Okay, I ran through all of that and I just realized I added my other, I'm on my other computer, but I did create a Kahoot. So I'm gonna pull that up too, because I want to do that at the end.
Hey, Annie.
Yes.
While you're pulling that up, I'm gonna go through a few questions.
Yes, let's do it. And I might still
yes. Do you guys have a launch date for these features in mind? I know it said coming later this year. Do we have a launch plan?
Yes. So yes, more to come next week that can be made public. I can share some more details. Unfortunately, it's still under NDA specific timing. Most of this stuff, let's see if I go back here, if I pull up. I know soon is not what we want to hear at this point, but it is soon. These things, so everything here. Okay, so everything except this slide. So what I mentioned, decided that coming later are probably closer toward the end of this year. It should all be what we've been able to look at thus far is, like, just so you all know, quarterly is what our product team will tell us. Next week, we'll be getting hopefully some announcements around actual months, and maybe if we're lucky, even really close to some launches. So unfortunately, I can't tell you too much more right now on this live webinar. I know that's a pain. If you want to connect with me, or if your district already has an NDA on file with us, I can share some more of that granularity. I do have a little bit more information I can share right now, but also know that our goal is by next week to at least be publicly announcing which months you can expect each of these features. Sorry for that.
Okay, wonderful. Will individuals be able to upgrade to enterprise if our school district remained as a G Suite for Ed?
So
can you upgrade individually?
Yes. So if your district already has G Suite, awesome. You can absolutely upgrade. That's going to be relatively easy. I mean, essentially, you're going to be purchasing licenses that then get issued, and in essence, it kind of like in the back end, voila, flips the switch, and then you have access to these additional features. It's not like you're having to sign up for an additional G Suite product. It really is more of an unlocking of more features of your current domain. So yes, yes, hopefully that answers it.
Okay. Is the free version HIPAA compliant for teletherapy, specifically for speech teachers?
I do not know the answer off the top of my head, but I can get you some. I know we have some HIPAA information just around G Suite in general, so I can share that out as part of the follow-up.
Okay. Is the enterprise level free to K-12 experience still going away in September?
Yes, and actually let me jump to, I think I have some slides to talk about this, maybe. Okay, let me buzz through some of these because I did add a few. Okay, here we go. Because I know we're probably going to get into pricing. So here's what's happening. So after September 30th, or what's a better way of phrasing this? Right now, all G Suite users, whether you have enterprise right now or not, have access to the current enterprise Meet features, which are recording, live streaming within your domain, and having up to 250 users. Come September 30th, if the district does not choose to purchase the enterprise version, those features will no longer be available. So hopefully that is clear. So yeah, so after September 30th, they will not be available unless the district has enterprise. And okay, so now I'm here because I'm on pricing. That is usually the next kind of question. So what we have, so a district can buy licenses for their entire domain. So they're full-time employees, and then the licenses are free for students. So that cost is $24 a year for full-time employees, and then free for students. Something to keep in mind, the way we determine what those numbers are, we look at the public NCES data for each district. We look at full full-time employee, or like full staff, or total staff, FTE. So that is more than just classroom teachers. It's in addition, so it has your administrative staff, etc. But what then we do is we subtract what NCS calls other support services. These are folks, maybe your custodial staff, bus driving staff, cafeteria staff, folks who probably don't need to have enterprise level G Suite stuff. We subtract that number from the total, and and then after that formula, that number is what we look at as the FTE number. And we also do look at a 1-to-10 ratio, faculty to students. So most districts, the way that all works out with that formula I just mentioned, they meet that no problem. I know at first glance, if you're thinking classroom teachers to students, rarely do we have a 1-to-10 ratio, even in higher ed. But when you look at the full staff of a district, that number is met pretty easily. So anyway, so again, just to recap, $24 per year for FTE, and then 10 free student licenses per every paid license that you have. And that pricing is available through this fall. We actually don't have an end date specified that we've said. So if your district is interested in purchasing it this fall, it is there. That is the price. Now, if you're thinking, okay, maybe we don't want or need licenses for everyone, you could purchase partial domain. Now, the price does go up significantly. It's $48 per license, and that's staff and students. And then there's a minimum license purchase of 15% of that FTE, or 50. So if you're a super, super small district, and maybe your full-time staff is like 45 people, I think it's 50 is the number, unfortunately. And then the minimum, or if you're a larger district, you would purchase a minimum of 15% of that full-time employee number. The use case I've seen here, pre-distance learning being the norm, a lot of folks were purchasing the enterprise because of the security features specifically, which like I said, didn't go into here today. And so from that lens, a lot of times they were just purchasing it for like their administrative staff, or just for their IT team, or just certain folks like that. And that's where that partial domain, where I've seen that coming in. I'd say most people right now are really looking at the full domain. Questions about that?
Somebody asked if you have a different minimum for private Catholic schools.
No, not that I know of.
Okay, and then somebody commented, where can we get quotes to purchase, as vendors are not returning calls or emails regarding quotes and to purchase, and some of them are, well, some of them are blaming Google, saying they're not getting back to them.
Yeah. Being on this end, I can definitely, I know that there are, some challenges, knowing that there's just such an influx right now. I would say, if you know your Google person, definitely feel free to loop them in. If you don't know that Google person, but you do, right? You're all from the Midwest. So feel free to email and loop in the edu-shy. I can help route to make sure that that's happening. The form, and I will make sure I send this out as well. The form on our website.
It was edu/shy at Google?
edu-shy at google.com.
Okay, I'm putting it in the chat, everybody.
Yep. So I will try to triage some of that and help you. I also I'll try to share out with Jenna and the IDEA team as much of a list of the different partners too, so that you know who's eligible to send this. I think there's some things here where not every partner who sells a Chrome license has been authorized to sell G Suite Enterprise yet. Just the processes that take place, and everything's just moving so fast. So I think a lot of people are still in that process. So I can try and make that a bit more transparent. The other thing I'll make sure that you have access to is we do have an online form where you can get in touch with someone. I was told that for hot second that was down somehow. It's been restored, and I've been seeing people actually, make sure that we're getting those leads and be able to follow up on that. So I'll make sure that that's reshared as well.
And what we'll do, everybody, what we'll do is we will be sending an email out tomorrow with this recording, the chat file, as well as any other resources that Annie can put together for us, links or whatever. We will get that email out to you.
Yeah.
Annie, somebody did ask, and this is probably relevant to more than the pricing, but why would a student need a license for MEET?
That's a great question. Can I get back to you guys in the follow-up for that? There are certain things I need to double check because this just came up, because there are certain things, like if a teacher does have access, to the MEET license themselves, like the student, if they're just a part of it, they'll be able to join the breakout room, etc. Let me get back to you with some more granularity of like, what if a student doesn't have the license, what do they get versus what wouldn't they get? From a cost perspective, I do know, if you're still wanting every teacher to be able to have that full domain license, is probably still going to work out to be more cost effective overall than just buying licenses for certain staff. I'd say, again, every case is unique and different depending on what your use cases are. If it really is more, you just want more of the back end stuff, or just your admin staff to have it, then that partial domain might make more sense. If you're still wanting all of your like teaching staff to have it, then probably that full domain is a better option anyway, plus then you get the student license. But yeah, it's a great question. Let me double check, because I think there are some nuances on what students would still have full access to with MEET, and what might not be as available to them. So yeah, let me follow up with you on that one.
Okay, and then I think another follow-up, non-public schools how would they calculate FTE, the student ratio? So maybe that's something that we can follow up with in the email.
Yes, there's a different data source, I believe, that we look at.
Great.
Yep, and I apologize.
Okay.
I don't personally, I only work with K-12 public schools, and that was my mistake by not having that here.
No, you're good. Okay, we'll let you continue, sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, so I think I can do the Kahoot, because that's fun, right? So let's just see, let's see. Oh boy, I'm going to put up here. So if you go to kahoot.it, we're just gonna do a quick quiz, hopefully, and some of the stuff I hope I covered. Maybe it'll be a surprise. And then this is can you all still see my screen? That's the code once you go to Kahoot. Oh, great, I see some people getting there, yay. But this will run through this quickly. We only have a few more minutes anyway, but hopefully this could be a good way to kind of check in for some understanding and have a little fun. And actually, it's better to see my screen, yeah? Okay, sorry, I'm on 2 different computers. Let me just log in real quick. Oh, that's totally not me. What do I do? I just want Kahoot. Sorry, guys. Difficulties. You know what? We're just gonna play the game. And I guess you can't see it though. Gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I apologize. It's because I can't use Zoom on my corporate computer, unfortunately. I don't think, or on my corporate account. I have to change my Gmail. So one moment. Is there elevator music that you can play for me, Jenna? Let's see.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I can do Jeopardy. Da, na, na,
Yeah, please.
na,
Thank
na,
you.
na,
No, I'm just like, let's see if you can log in. Can you know it? Oh, I knew this was going to happen. I know.
Game pin. I've got it. Hold on. I'll go back. 355073.
I just
Game
think
pin 355073.
the challenge. Oh man, I'm so frustrated. Because I think the way the Kahoot's going to work. Hold on. Let me just try it. You're probably not going to see that. No one can see anything. correct? You can just see like a question with no actual question. Am I right?
It says we're waiting for you.
And now?
Oh, wait, no, now we could, yeah, no, now we see the game, but no question.
Yeah,
We
you
just
don't
see
the
the 4 colors.
Oh my gosh, my best laid plans. I'm on my personal account and I'm trying to think if I can add real quickly to my, darn it, I don't have my corporate account on this one. All right, well, best laid plans, I apologize, team. I guess that some people are still like guessing, which is really fun. I was super pumped about this and I had to switch over profiles. I apologize. But hopefully, I don't know if I'm not a super Kahoot power user. Maybe there's a fun way I can still send it out if you guys want to play on your own. I think there's like a self-paced mode. But apologies for that. That would have been fun. I know we're close to time.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is whatever questions you guys have, if you go ahead and put them in the chat, I will work with Annie to create a doc or something that then she can help us answer those questions and get you guys what you need, because I know that's probably what's on everybody's mind. With that being said, some of it is not going to be available for answers until next week, as Annie stated at the beginning. So.
Yeah, hopefully it gave you a little bit more info. And yeah, I think if anything, the follow-up information will probably be super valuable, at least in terms of, you know, where to go, how to escalate things if you're looking for a quote. Just know our team's aware and we're going to, I know I'm going to do all I can to make this, you know, work for everyone. I know deadlines are tight and school is just around the corner. So know that we're super aware. And so we're happy to help in any way we can.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Annie. Again, any other comments, concerns, questions, whatever you're looking for in terms of information, please go ahead and add that to the chat, and then we will work together. So this, it may take us more than by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning to get this follow-up email to you guys like I normally do. But just keep an eye out for it in the next 24 hours or so. We will get these things answered and get some information to you as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds good. Awesome. Well, thank you again for having me. I really appreciate it. And we'll get you some more information soon.
Great. Thanks for doing this today, especially last minute. We truly appreciate it. So thanks everybody for hopping on. And oh, you know what I'm going to do really quick is throw in the chat window if you're looking for your PDH. You get half a PDH for today. So that first link is the PDH. The recording will be on that Wednesday webinar link probably as soon as tomorrow morning. And then I'll follow up with the email with the recording as well as the information. And then if you're looking for other events for IDEA, go click that last link to our calendar. So, okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Annie. Truly appreciate it. Thanks everybody for joining us. And look, I gave you a minute, Annie, so you're perfect. I got you out on time. I'm good.
No, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. Take care, everyone.
Great. And everybody else, I will hang on just so I keep the chat open for another few minutes in case you have things you want to add in there. But Annie, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. See ya.
Great. Bye.